The rise of the Abbasids, from shadows to the throne of the Caliphate. In the fading light of Damascus, as the sun set over the domes and courtyards of the Umayyad mosque, few could sense that an age was ending. The muezzin's call still echoed over marble courtyards, but the heart of the empire had grown tired. In the marketplaces, merchants whispered of unrest in the east. The old glory that had once stretched from the Pyrenees to the Indus was cracking beneath its own weight. It had been nearly 90 years since Muawiyah first claimed the Caliphate. The Umayyads had built roads, minted coins, and raised monuments that dazzled the world. Yet behind the splendor of Damascus, the empire's soul was restless. Power had become privilege. The early flame of piety and unity that once guided Islam's expansion now flickered uncertainly. And far away, beyond deserts and mountains, in the rugged lands of Khorasan, new voices were rising. Voices that spoke of justice, of a return to the Prophet's family, and of vengeance for those wronged. The Umayyads had ruled as kings. Now in the east, the wind carried the scent of revolution, the seeds of dissent. Khorasan, on the empire's distant frontier, was a world apart. It was a vast, restless land of Persians, Arabs, and newly converted Muslims. Among them, resentment simmered quietly. Under Umayyad rule, Arab tribes had often been privileged, while the Mawali, non-Arab Muslims, were treated as lesser believers, paying taxes their Arab brothers did not. It was a bitter contradiction within a faith that preached equality before God. In dusty towns and caravanserais, men began to speak in hushed tones of the Ahl al-Bayt, the family of the Prophet. The Abbasids, distant relatives of the Prophet through his uncle al-Abbas, had long nurtured their claim quietly. They spoke not of rebellion but of restoration, the promise of a ruler from the Prophet's lineage who would unite the Ummah once again. Their mission was called the Dawah, the call. And in the hidden corners of the empire, the call was being answered. The man from Khorasan. Then came a man whose name would echo through history, Abu Muslim al-Khorasani. Little is known of his origins. Some said he was Persian, others claimed Arab descent. But one thing was certain: he was brilliant, charismatic, and utterly devoted to the Abbasid cause. Abu Muslim arrived in Khorasan like a shadow. He spoke softly, listened carefully, and built trust where others had failed. To the Arabs, he was a fellow believer. To the Persians, a symbol of equality. To the oppressed, a promise of justice. Under his leadership, the movement took shape. The black banners, symbolizing mourning for the family of the Prophet, were unfurled. The revolution had found its voice. It was said that when Abu Muslim rose to address his followers, his words carried both fire and calm. "We rise," he declared, "not for conquest or revenge, but to restore what was broken, to return leadership to the house of the Prophet. Peace be upon him." By 747 CE, the flame he lit in Khorasan had become an inferno. The black banners rise. In the early dawns of that year, the armies of the Abbasid movement marched under black flags that rippled like storm clouds against the desert sky. Each soldier carried within him not just a sword, but a cause, the promise of justice after years of division and privilege. From Merv to Nishapur, the Abbasid forces gathered strength. Town after town declared allegiance to the new movement. The Umayyad governors hesitated, some fled, others joined the cause. The world seemed to tilt eastward. The Abbasids' message was simple yet powerful. The Caliphate should belong to the Ahl al-Bayt, the Prophet's family. But it was also deliberately vague. They never said which member of the family. That ambiguity united diverse groups who otherwise might have disagreed. Shia non-Arab Muslims, and even those simply tired of Umayyad rule. As the Abbasid banners moved westward, the desert roads filled with hope and vengeance. In Damascus, the court trembled. The fall of an empire. Marwan II, the last Umayyad Caliph, was a soldier of grit and discipline. He had fought in countless campaigns and was not easily frightened. But by the time he took power, the empire was already burning from within. Tribes in Iraq rebelled, governors in the east defected, and the Abbasid armies advanced with terrifying momentum. The two forces met near the banks of the Great Zab River in northern Iraq in 750 CE. It was not merely a battle, it was the end of an age. The black banners clashed with the white of the Umayyads. The river turned red with blood. Marwan fought bravely but was overwhelmed. He fled toward Egypt, and there the blade of fate found him. With his death, the Umayyad dynasty that had ruled the Muslim world for nearly a century was no more. In the ashes of Damascus, the black flags of the Abbasids now flew. The bloodshedder. The new caliph was proclaimed in Kufa, Abu al-Abbas al-Saffah. His title meant the bloodshedder. To his followers, it was a badge of righteous vengeance. To his enemies, a grim warning. In his inaugural address, Al-Saffah declared, "We are the house of the Prophet. We have been wronged and denied our rights. Today we reclaim what is ours, and we will not rest until every trace of tyranny is gone." It was a chilling promise, and he kept it. In the months that followed, the Abbasids hunted down surviving Umayyads. Palaces were searched, fugitives executed. One grim tale tells of a banquet held in Kufa, where Umayyad princes were invited to dine, only to be struck down as music played. Whether apocryphal or not, the story captures the vengeance that marked the Abbasids' rise. But amidst the blood, the new dynasty brought a renewed sense of purpose. The revolution was complete. The world would never be the same. A new vision. Unlike the Umayyads, who had ruled from the western edge of the Arab world in Damascus, the Abbasids turned east, toward Iraq, the land of scholars, traders, and dreamers. Their power base was not Arab aristocracy, but a broader coalition. Persians, Mawali, and intellectuals who saw in the Abbasids a chance for a more inclusive empire. Al-Saffah's reign was brief, lasting only 4 years. But his brother and successor, Al-Mansur, would lay the true foundations of Abbasid greatness. Under Al-Mansur, the revolution turned into an empire. Disciplined, efficient, and forward-looking. He established a new capital, one that would soon become the envy of the world, Baghdad. Baghdad, the city of peace. In 772 CE, Al-Mansur founded Madinat al-Salam, the city of peace. It was no ordinary city. Designed as a perfect circle, it was both an architectural marvel and a political symbol. Unity, perfection, and divine order. From its palaces and libraries, the Abbasid Caliphate would guide the Muslim world into an era of philosophy, science, and art, an age later called the Golden Age of Islam. But that was still to come. For now, Baghdad's foundations were being laid, brick by brick, dream by dream. A legacy of paradox. The Abbasids rose as champions of justice and the family of the Prophet, yet within a generation, power once again began to corrupt. Abu Muslim, the hero of the revolution, was executed by Al-Mansur, too powerful, too popular to be allowed to live. The black banners that had symbolized hope began to cast new shadows. But every dynasty bears its contradictions. The Abbasids, for all their ruthlessness, preserved something extraordinary. They saved the unity of the Muslim world at a time it could have shattered completely. They absorbed Persian culture without losing Islamic identity, blending Arab and Persian genius into something new. Under their rule, Islam would not only endure, it would flourish. The turning of the page. As the Abbasids entered Damascus, they found the old Umayyad mosque still standing, silent witness to a century of glory and fall. The call to prayer still echoed, unchanged. Empires had come and gone, but the words, Allahu Akbar, remained eternal. It is said that one of the Abbasid soldiers, gazing at the mosque's great courtyard, whispered, "Yesterday they ruled. Today we do. Tomorrow, who knows?" History, after all, is a circle. And so, as the white banners of Damascus fell and the black standards of the Abbasids rose, the Ummah entered a new era, one of knowledge, splendor, and contradiction. Closing reflection. Empires rise not only on the strength of armies, but on the strength of ideas. The Umayyads built the frame of the Caliphate. The Abbasids would fill it with light. They would champion learning, build cities that rivaled Rome and Constantinople, and attract scholars from every faith. But they would also face their own darkness, rebellion, intrigue, and decline. As we turn the page of history, one truth remains constant. Every dynasty begins with faith and ends with the struggle to preserve it. The Abbasids rose from shadows, and soon from Baghdad they would cast a light that would illuminate the world.